So I'm flipping through current events, like trying to do my due diligence as a citizen and figure out what's going on in the world around me. And I happen to see that one of the headlines. Let me read it off to you. Um, Nicole, this isn't the headline, but sorry, this is the story. Nicole Max, 35, is charged with first-degree murder of roommate Michael Cerasoli because she asked him for a drink and was given a Diet Mountain Dew. And so she killed him over it. And then she poured the Diet Mountain Dew on herself to hide the evidence somehow. Like, that's going to help, living in Dew country, as Mountain Dew itself has said, West Virginia, people. I mean, I used to work at a gas station, and I used to stalk there, and people would get severely mad over, Mountain Dew. That was one of the biggies. It was Mountain Dew, ice cream, and Bud Light were the three biggest. Now you couldn't pay people where I'm at now to have the Bud Light, I bet, but those were the three biggest at the time. And I mean, I've been called names before over Mountain Dew. I've been, basically threatened, and it just, and this story jumped out to me because it resonates with me, because it's like, oh my God, freaking people going nuts over Mountain Dew again. I don't understand that, and maybe it's just what's in the water there. Maybe it's, it is Florida, so who knows? But I just, it's insanity how, she it's, if it wasn't so tragic, it would just be hysterical, because it is a little funny when you hear the headline. I'm sorry for him that he died, and that's horrible, and shame on her. It's just very. I mean, you feel like it was ripped out of the onion. I don't understand where these people. I'm sure there was some form of mental illness going on undiagnosed with her. Maybe it was diagnosed and she just whatever. But to the point where she's going to murder over a soft drink, and there's I just don't see how doing something like that gets you very much good publicity, because then, like, when I read it and I was instantly like, oh my God, what did she do? Like, that's insanity to me. And these kinds of stories happen all the time in Florida, and it's and that's the big joke, is it was Florida, because you always hear about the guy that punched the alligator in the nose, or the woman that decided she was gonna sprint naked through the shopping mall, whatever it may be. But it's always something, and you never hear these. You hear bad things all over the world, all over the country, but you always hear the weirdest ones in Florida, it seems. And you just wonder, is it too much sun exposure? Is it that the fact that they're that close to Disneyland? Or Disney World, I'm sorry, because land's in California and they've got their own set of problems. But it's just, it stopped me in my tracks, because I read it and I went, I didn't read that right, did I? But yeah, I did. So here we are in 2023, and watch out for people in Florida and probably West Virginia too, because people are getting killed over Mountain Dew. And like I said, I've seen it firsthand, people getting mad about Mountain Dew. I wonder what is in that beverage that makes it such, I mean, Coke has caffeine in it. Other Pepsi products have caffeine in it, Pepsi itself, and I have never seen animosity like I've seen when it comes to Mountain Dew. So anybody out there that's a Mountain Dew fan, please tell me why you would be willing to square up against a kangaroo or something insane like that over your beverage of choice, because it's not in the same realm as alcohol. You don't like it, it doesn't like change your mood. I mean, caffeine kind of, I guess, changes your mood a little, but not to the point where it's not like a drug in that sense. It shouldn't be, at least. And I feel it's insanity that, I was talking about in one of my other episodes. I said something about, people can become addicted to the most random things, and clearly Mountain Dew's a real addiction. I had a buddy one time who was a Mountain Dew addict, and it wasn't, I mean, obviously it was caffeine, but it wasn't just caffeine, it was Mountain Dew. And if you mess with it, I mean, we joked with him one time, and I emptied his Mountain Dew out, and I filled it with sugar water, and I'm telling you, this kid was ready to square up on me over Mountain Dew. And I had all intentions of buying him a new one, it was just the silliest things can set people off, and you just wonder, like, is there something in the dew, like there is in the water? Is there something in the Florida water, the Florida swamps out there that just, when I think of Florida, I think of like sun and cool and Disneyland, and uh, Beach Boys kind of stuff, and then you get these cases where it's just not that at all. We live in a crazy, crazy world, my friends. Um, uh, Not much else. I just really felt the need to rant about that for a second because I don't understand the level of hate or whatever that comes with Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, you might want to check out your product and see why you have these people who are ready to square up when it comes to defending your product. Because I don't know, something's going on. But just another thought. Take it easy.